Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 212A. It's the Tier 9 Soviet SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Malinovka and it's under the command of Deathnub.
Let's get this show on the road.
Okay, game underway. I thought we didn't have sound for the engine, but yes we do. Okay, he's headed off into the bushes. Try and find some cover to shoot from. Okay, well this is not an unusual position because I've seen other players shoot from down in this dip. Although it is fairly obvious actually, if you can see shells coming from this area, that somebody's hiding behind the bush. But anyway, first shot should normally be for the spotting bush, either the one up on F7 or the one in the field, because an AMX 1390 was seen in that bush only a short while ago. Rounds out, and well, bit of forestry work to start with. There's somebody in that bush. Somebody fired in that direction, and I suspect there is an AMX 1390 in there. Oh, but there was a lot of tanks up on top of the hill, and some of them were stunned. And look at that, Deathnub got 1,858 hit points of stun assist. Excuse me, that looks like it all came from the TVP T5051. So he was the tank that was actually in the bush and got stunned. So it certainly was the right decision for him to fire up onto the spotting hill rather than anywhere else, because he picked up a massive amount of stun assist, and that should really help him towards the end of the game. Because of course, remember, half the hit points of whatever you stun actually goes towards your total, and then you end up with a nice little classification, mastery classification. Rounds out. Again, hits the top of the ridge line rather than the back. That was a shortfall, you might say, because it was aimed to try and hit the enemy tank that was sitting at the back. I think it was a Type 61. Anyway, we're now aiming for the cranbarn up on top of the hill. Standard reload for this Arty is 37.39 seconds. So we'll see any second how much Deathnub's got. Rounds out. Lands in front of the IS-7. But he is picking up loads of stun assist again. And his total's now reached 3,114. We didn't get to see the exact reload time that he's got for this Arty, but well, that 257, yeah, he made a bit of a mistake there because he just got whacked by the 62p. And we're going to try and put him around next to that cranbarn, or on top of the cranbarn. Oh! Well, he moved forward just at the right moment, but he still got hit and lost 285 hit points from splash. Bad news is we lost the 257 to the 60 TP. We've got another shot in, and now we've got to try and stop these guys from coming down the hill. They're being held in there by the 257 and the 60 TP on our team at the moment. Let's see if we can put a round in there. Rounds out the contra. Oh, direct hit on the T30 behind him. Unfortunately, we lost the T57 heavy. Got taken out by that Leopard prototype there. And that's revenge. The Leopard 1 actually got the kill shot, but it was the 60 TP who did the initial hit, which actually did so much damage. Of course, he's got the big 152mm gun. Okay, cranbarn over the other side of the hill. We lost sight of him. I think Deathnub's probably going to abandon that and try and pick up one of the other enemy tanks as they come down the hill. We're 2 down on the enemy at the moment, but it's still early in the game. The enemy has possession of the hill, but will they try to come down the hill? Our T30 and our Type 61 are in a position where they might be able to spot the enemy coming down the hill, but At the moment, we've got no sight of the enemy. Except for this T124, just the other side of the north bank of the lake. Wait for it, wait for it. Now. Fraction of a second too late, but it did go in the right direction. Now he's pulling back and knocking that tree down. Might tell the enemy where he is, but or where he was rather. I don't think the enemy Arty is going to be looking in this direction, although the enemy Arty is an M53, M55. Now that 60 TP's gone onto the ramp, and that ramp rather conveniently allows him to poke up and have a look round. And so Deathnub really needs to get in amongst these trees, so he's covered. There's the E4 again. Okay, there we go. Lined up. Oh, taken out. Now go for the Conqueror. Rounds out. Yes. 230 hit points, direct hits. Of course, the more that he hits these guys and they get hit. Oh, tree goes down. That might again give away his position, but he's keeping on the move. And the enemy just lost another tank, but we're still 2 down on the enemy. Yeah, the bad news about that 60 TP being in the dip is that he can pop up and go behind those bushes. Okay, the Conqueror doesn't last very long. The T110E3 puts a 155mm round into him and he's out the game. Okay, down to the south we've got a Doom Turtle trying to come up via the lake. We do have an E100 opposing him, but if we can track him, that'll make a difference. Yep, that does. Now we've got a chance that we might pick up some more stun assist off that, because if the E100 hits him again, but most of our guys are actually preventing the enemy coming down the hill, sitting in the trees. We might need another tracking shot on the T95. Oh, and now we've got a Malshin coming up this way as well. Dialing in, ready. Good shot! Right into the casement on the, or to the turret, not the casement, on the Malshin. Unfortunately our E100 is going to have a hard time now because he's got 2 tanks coming in on him. And if Deathnub does try to hit him or stop them, then he's going to be stunning his own teammate as well at the same time. Now he's got 3 enemy tanks and the E100's gone, but he fires around in and tracks the T95 yet again. The only problem is now he's having to back up yet again to the back of the map and turn his attention towards the north. In fact, there is a T30 coming round from the ramp. Now he can be tremendously helpful here if he takes that T30 out. But Type 61 dives in for the kill. Well, we're only 1 down on the enemy now. It might be time for him to head back for that dip or to go to the north bank of this inlet, because those enemy tanks to the south, the Malshin and T95, are probably headed this way. Okay, so he's going to go to the north bank. In amongst the trees. We're now 2 down from the enemy again. And they have twice as many hit points, or nearly twice, not quite. Okay, the Malshin's headed for the cap area. This might be their downfall because they're going to take a lot of damage and we're going to get a load of stun assists off this one if we can hit this guy. He's almost in line. Get it ready. That's it. He's been tracked. Rounds out. Right into his side. 243. He's a one-shot. He's gone. Now we've got Noobs, and of course we've got that T95. Noobs is taking fire. Still loading. There's the Doom Turtle. Doom Turtle's gone. We're now equal on numbers. And now we're ahead of them on hit points. And we're starting to focus on the other side of the map. Oh! He anticipated the Type 61 would keep moving and he didn't. and he stopped, and now we've lost the Leopard 1. That wasn't his fault. The Type 61 goes down, and now it's 3 versus 3. So that enemy Arty's still in play. He's got 1 kill. Deathnub's got no kills, but he has got a lot of hit points of damage and actual stun assist. Stun assist is now 4,890. That's going to have a significant effect upon his end of battle results. His teammates are actually on this side of the map, and as far as we know, the Udes is somewhere down in that dip, or at least he was last seen down there. We know that the 121 was over on the east side of the map, but he could come over the top of the hill. And there's the Udes. Now this is where we can have an effect, because he's using the ground oppression to shoot at us without being able to be hit back, and Deathnub can really put an end to that. 454 hit points, non-penetration, but it was a very, very damaging shot. Needs a few more like this though. Type 61's coming up to join us because he's worried about that 121B, and I would be worried about that tank as well, because it's basically a T-54 by another name. Okay, we're going to have another go at the Udes. I'm guessing he's in that bush. We can't see him. Oh, and it fell short again. Yet again. And now we've lost our T110E3. Oh dear. And it was the 121 that took him out. So Deathnub's decided to go into the bush. It's starting to swing in the enemy's favour again. And the 121B is only a short distance away from us. And we do get hit. So he did spot us by proximity. And we're about to get hit by the Arty. And yeah. Unfortunately, the 121 had a big hit on us. 435 hit points. And then the Arty splashed us and killed us. And that's it. The game's over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first ace tanker game for Deathnub in the 212A. Yes, he's got the scrolls underneath. You only get that the first time, so this is his first ace tanker in this vehicle. He's also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12. And he also got a Confederate medal because despite the fact that he didn't kill a single enemy tank in this game, he certainly struck more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And his win rate was 1,816, and despite the fact that that is fairly low, it's good. It's not Unicum standard. The fact is that he did much more damage by stunning the enemy than he did by actually damaging the enemy. Let's have a look at team score and we'll see where he is. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the Type 61 on his own team, who got 4,902 hit points, but he didn't get the high caliber. The second highest damage in the game went to the 121B, who got 3,657 hit points, and the third highest damage was the Kramvan with 3,599. We can see that Deathnub did 2,500 hit points of damage, and that shouldn't be underestimated because it puts him in the top 6 of his team. And well, it's on the high side when it comes to the rest of the players in the game. But when it came to kills, I'm afraid, yep, the Type 61 managed to get 4, the Kramvan got 3, and there's a whole bunch of enemy tanks that managed to get 2 kills. Deathnub didn't get any kills whatsoever, but as I said, that actually helped him to get a Confederate, because by not hitting or not killing anyone, but still hitting them, he actually assisted his chances of getting a Confederate. When it came to base XP, it's the Udes 1516 did the best with 1061, 906 for the Kramvan, and the same amount for the 121B. We can see Deathnub got the highest base XP on his team, 701, and again, I think that's down to the stun assist that he did. He certainly helped his team very early on with that TVP hit. 16 shots fired, 5 direct hits on the enemy, none of them penetrated though. It was a tier 10 game. 16 splashes, damage of 2,500 hit points, of which 2,495 were up more than 300 meters. He did receive one hit. It was from the 121B. It penetrated him. It was a 122mm shell, and I'm afraid, yeah, it went straight through, did enormous damage, and the shot that killed him actually came from the enemy M53, M55, who only needed to land a shell near him to actually get a splash kill, and that's exactly what he did. He also got 10 enemy vehicles damaged in that game. 2/3 of the enemy team were touched by Deathnub. 4,890 hit points of stun assist off 16 stuns, and that's why he got the ace tanker. Such a high score that when you add that to the actual damage, you're looking at just under 7,000 hit points, or 7,500 hit points of damage. That is a lot. He also earned 63,752 credits from the game, 5,508 for Courageous Resistance. That's because he got an Epic or Battle Hero medal in a losing or drawn game. It was a losing game, but he still got the Confederate, a Battle Hero. 69,260 credits altogether, and after repair and ammunition resupply and consumables, he still made a profit. 4,453 hit points altogether, or credits altogether, I should say. 30 bonds for completing missions, 1,051 XP, 595 for Courageous Resistance, took away 1,647 experience points altogether. So a great little battle there by Deathnub. He did manage to pick up a nice amount of experience points and also credits. Well, not a huge amount, but it's really the ace tanker that he earned that makes all the difference. Let's have a quick look at the armor profile. Well, you'd see that it's actually at varying thicknesses of armor depending on when you're actually looking at the vehicle. If we look at the live model, we can actually see the armor's fairly uniform all the way around the tank, and it is fairly thick. It's not superly thick. It is a tier 5 tank, a heavy tank, the KV-222, which has basically been used as the model, but I'm afraid they never actually built any of this Arty at all. It was a design that was made but never put together. If we look at the modules, we can see that the driver's up front on the right hand side, just in front of the engine, transmission's in front of him. There's a fuel tanks right in the center of the vehicle, and two massive ammo racks right at the back between the two loaders, and there's more ammo racks on the deck of the hull. If we look at the front, we can see that the gunner is on the right hand side, the tank commander is on the left hand side, the radio operator is actually just behind him, and there's the radio as well. So if you want to make this tank go bang, aim for the rear of the cabin, and you'll either take out one of the loaders or you'll take out the ammo racks, and then it should go boom. Well, I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.